Hello, everyone. This is Kendra Dix telling you the pro wrestling show for the Smackdown and AEW Rampage Ring Report. Coming up here, we talk about Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch doing the Women's Championship title exchange. Both women, on different opposite brands, but they have those brands, women's titles, and they do the proper exchange. Did everything get so rocky, at least from the on screen, and some say off screen, things got a little bit heated and discussed rocky between these two women who are now representing their divisions as the women's champion for their brand. We'll get to that. Also too, the coronation of King Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods, finally a fan favorite, wins the King of the Ring more deservedly than so. Xavier Woods being coronated, the coronation of King Woods gets underway, and a whole bunch. Even Drew McIntyre makes a statement. He becomes on SmackDown, SmackDown's newest pick to make a statement, to make his presence felt on SmackDown as well. And the Beast incarnate Brock Lesnar does damage. And you see right here, he does damage indeed after he was being screwed out of the Universal Championship from Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns still the Universal Champion, but Brock Lesnar felt another way about Roman, and it would cost him getting suspended in the process. And two, we get to the AEW Rampage as the World Championship title eliminator start as Orange Cassidy takes on Powerhouse Hobbs in the first round of the World Title Tournament, as well as Andrade takes on Pac once again and stuff, and much more. And Andrade even said something that unfolded right here. I don't know what's going on. Is he talking about what's going on with Charlotte and the Becky situation? We'll get to that. All this and more when the Pro Wrestling Show starts right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show, the SmackDown AEW edition. I'm your host, as always, Kenny Dix here. Thank you all on this Saturday morning here. Thank you once again. First thing first, join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Yes, indeed, we are here and we're live in effect. Let's get started. Let's get started with the SmackDown Ring Report. SmackDown kicked off with Universal Champion Roman Reigns kicking off the show for SmackDown as the leader of the show. Roman Reigns went through a hard contested match against Brock Lesnar. Many people were adding what was Paul Heyman's loyalty stand between Brock and Roman, as both of them were his clients. Paul Heyman, known for being a client of Brock Lesnar for a long time, for almost 20 years, as well as Roman, most recently in the past year. Well, we didn't look so far as Paul Heyman did throw the title in the middle of the ring, and he was trying to intend for Brock to use it, but Roman got the belt first. But Paul Heyman, as you see right here, Roman questioned Paul Heyman again, was still in question, and Roman kind of felt like Paul Heyman is like a side eye. Roman's giving Paul Heyman and stuff. Well, Roman Reigns saying he wasn't gonna leave the ring until Brock Lesnar showed up. Brock Lesnar showed up and he dominated, he conquered, he went after Roman Reigns. You see right here, this clothesline right here. He clothesline Roman Reigns' head off, and the battle ensued between Lesnar and Reigns. The Usos tried to get involved, tried to combat Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar told them, ragdolled them both until he finally got his hands on Roman Reigns. And you see right here, Roman Reigns was about to get F5 through the announce table until the Usos came out and helped aided Roman, I meant to say, to prevent that from happening. Roman got away skid free, and Brock even wanted more power. Brock Lesnar is a beast of a man. He is that. He is that. Brock Lesnar went and attacked Roman, went and grabbed Roman. Security tried to get involved, tried to combat the two. Roman Reigns left with his security. Brock Lesnar, rightfully so, should be Universal Champion, but he got screwed by Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns. I think Paul Heyman was the tent to try to give the belt to Brock, but Brock, it was just that, you know. It was that Brock Lesnar mean business. When Brock Lesnar mean business, Brock Lesnar means business. Brock Lesnar took his frustrations, he took his animosity out on anybody that gave him his way. He even clothesline, even the new SmackDown superstar, get clothesline and stuff. Well, as you see right here, WWE official Adam Pearce had no choice but to suspend Brock. Brock didn't want to be suspended, and Adam Pearce kind of withstood his ground, and he paid for it by getting F5. Brock is definitely suspended for his actions. Well, hey, I didn't care. Brock Lesnar was like the man. Brock Lesnar F5. He didn't try to well, he did try to um we seen Brock Lesnar, history of Brock Lesnar when he did F5 people before, but it's just happenstance. Brock Lesnar came out there and wanted a rematch. And all Adam Pearce had to do was just give him a rematch. Just didn't know what the date and set. I look to see this either at Royal Rumble or WrestleMania in Dallas. I can see WrestleMania in Dallas. Like Brock goes into the Royal Rumble and get a title shot from there. I can see that. And my coach said it was uncalled for. I think my coach need to recall what happened a couple of years ago when Seth Rollins screwed Brock Lesnar the title, and Brock Lesnar went rampant and attacked the cameraman, attacked everybody. Even Brock Lesnar did try to attack the cameraman, but the cameraman knew. The cameraman got out the way. Brock Lesnar means business. He means business. He means business. Brock Lesnar indefinitely suspended by Adam Pearce, but it don't matter. Brock Lesnar will be back next year, and he's gonna do some more damage. Watch what I tell you. Speaking of that, SmackDown's newest superstar didn't get to start. Drew McIntyre, unfortunately, he couldn't win the WWE Championship from Big E, but he wished Big E the WWE title farewell as he new ventures on SmackDown. Drew McIntyre came out there for an open challenge for anyone on the SmackDown roster to challenge him one-on-one. Now, a couple people did. Sami Zayn showed up for the task. Sami Zayn came out there trying to make a name for himself over Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre wanted competition, and he got competition. He took it to Sami Zayn. You see right here, he chopped Sami Zayn's head off. He even gave Sami Zayn the Claymore. Sami was trying to, you see right here, Drew clothesline, Sami Zayn. Drew McIntyre looking strong and made his presence felt on SmackDown. He's going to be a high art superstar. Look for Drew to be team captain for Team SmackDown coming up at Survivor Series. Also, too, was the coronation for King Xavier. King Xavier. Xavier Woods won the King of the Ring tournament last Thursday, this past week, at Crown Jewel over Finn Balor. King Xavier Woods, now the King of the Ring, fan favorite, highly popular. Xavier Woods is going to be like how Junkyard Dog and the rest of them be a popular king, be the king for the people, he say. Xavier Woods won the King of the Ring tournament. He manifested many years ago that he wanted to win the King of the Ring tournament, and I guess this is WWE's way of saying, hey, we're not going to make you the world champion. You never know, but hey, we can make you the King of the Ring to make up for Big E and Kofi winning their respective world titles. So it's just an added caveat in for Xavier Woods to be up there with them in a way with an achievement, being the King of the Ring. such greats as Triple H, Bret Hart, Sheamus, King Booker, Randy Macho Man Savage, King Holly Race. A lot of kings held the King of the Ring trophy, and Xavier Woods is added to that prestige in WWE. Xavier Woods being coronated by Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods being the King of the Ring, done so by proclamation by virtue of Kofi Kingston. He won it. So Xavier Woods, big up, congratulations to him being the new king of WWE. Also, to a crown jewel rematch as Xavier Mansoor went against Ali. Mansoor taking it to Ali. Mansoor won in his homeland country last night, last the crown jewel event against Ali. You see right here, Ali. Mansoor beat Ali once again. And Ali frustrated again. This rivalry is not far from over. You can tell. I'll continue this rivalry until the wheels fall off, if you ask me. To build up Mansoor. Also, too, Hit Row made their debut. You remember Hit Row? Hit Row. Hit Row. The group, the popular acclaimed group. Now we heard that Hit Row is going to be we heard that Top Dollar is going to be the single star, and Shantae Adonis and Swerve would be the tag team, which that works. But then I thought Swerve was the leader, but they repackaged Hit Row. Hit Row made an impressive statement in their debut match on SmackDown, coming from NXT. Hit Row coming from the top, as you see Swerve up top, and you see Top Dollar hitting that Top Dollar sidewalk slam. Hit Row get the win. Hit Row making themselves impressive in their first debut on SmackDown. Also, too, was the Intercontinental Championship contenders match as Shinsuke Nakamura goes against Happy Corbin. Remember the history between them when it got some ties to the King of the Ring with King Corbin, when Happy Corbin was King Corbin, and Shinsuke Nakamura took the crown from him. And Happy Corbin downward spiral began, and he went from good to bad. And you see right here, Shinsuke Nakamura was the reason why Happy Corbin became Happy Corbin. Happy Corbin won the title match. All he had to do was defeat Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura tried to use that axe kick onto Happy Corbin. Even Happy Corbin trying to see Shinsuke working on him and stuff. And in the early goings, Happy Corbin fighting back. And at the end, Happy Corbin pinned Shinsuke Nakamura 1, 2, 3. And Happy Corbin could get a Intercontinental Championship match down the road real soon. Only time will tell on that. Finally, was the WWE Women's Championship titles change. We know that Becky Lynch is moving to Raw, but she has the SmackDown Women's Championship, as well as Charlotte Flair got drafted to SmackDown and has the Raw Women's title. They wanted to do an even exchange for the championships. Becky will be the new Raw Women's Champion starting a new reign, as well as Charlotte as the SmackDown Women's Champion starting a new historic reign. Now, Charlotte Flair has held both titles for the record 6 times, so she's a record breaker in itself. As you see, Becky Lynch didn't want to give up the SmackDown Women's title. No well as Charlotte didn't want to give up the Raw Women's title. And they wanted to, you heard earlier, Becky was teasing about, hey, I want to be Becky 2 belts again. Charlotte was teasing about winner take all, so they wanted to do a unification match. That wouldn't be the possible. But we know these two women right now are scheduled to meet at Survivor Series right now. But that all could change down the road if it happens. As you see right here, Charlotte didn't want to give her the Raw Women's titles. Becky didn't want to give her the SmackDown Women's title. Becky gave up the SmackDown Women's Championship. Now Charlotte is the new SmackDown Women's Champion, as well as Becky is the new Raw Women's Champion. And you see right here, there was like a tug of war. They didn't want to get the belts. You see Charlotte just dropped her former SmackDown Women's title Becky threw the championship at Charlotte, and Charlotte grabbed it, and now they're even. But Charlotte got more things to worry about now. She's the new SmackDown Women's Champion. A former rival comes emerging, and Sasha Banks says that she is the blueprint. She's the head of the SmackDown brand. But the only way is you got to defeat Charlotte to do it so. So they're gonna do it this time on SmackDown. They did it before on Raw. You see right here, Charlotte and Sasha Banks now taking their issues back. You see Sasha Banks now won a shot at the SmackDown Women's title, where Charlotte Flair is now the champion heading forward. You got to wonder what Becky Lynch challenge is going to be coming forward for her. I think Becky Lynch is going to continue her rivalry with Bianca Belair, and we'll see from there. But on the interesting note, we can tell you this, that Andrade sent this tweet right here. We don't know. We know he's saying "F you WWE." So a lot of stories been unfolding, and people saying that it was a backstage fight between Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch. So we don't know. We saw on screen what was going on, and backstage we don't know. So there's a different lot of sources. So we kind of trying to figure out what's going on with that. And we'll get to the issue down the road, probably in a couple of days, see what went what went down. So we'll get to that. But tonight's SmackDown was a good show. Brock Lesnar dominated as usual, trying to get a championship match and couldn't, got denied. And Adam Pearce paid for it by getting F5. Roman Reigns survives again. Paul Heyman survives again as well. So there's a lot of tension going on. We'll keep you up in the latest on that with SmackDown. But SmackDown was a good show for the follow-up from Crown Jewel. All right, we move over from there to AEW Rampage as Powerhouse Hobbs. You see Powerhouse Hobbs with Hook takes on Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy in the world title eliminator. What a match that was. Powerhouse Hobbs versus Orange Cassidy. They met before a year ago. You see Powerhouse Hobbs trying to use that sidewalk slam. He's trying to be like, got his name? Butch Reed. Hacksaw Butch Reed. And you see Powerhouse Hobbs displaying his powerhouse moves on Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy won the match, but you can tell he was suffering at the end with those after effects. At the end, when Powerhouse Hobbs didn't pay attention closer to the referee, you see Orange Cassidy rolled them up 1, 2, 3 to get the win. Also, too, we know tonight will be the TBS Title Tourney. As you see right here, some of the women that receive a bye: Thunder Rosa, Jade Cargill, Nyla Rose, and Christina receive the bye, awaiting the winner of these matches that you see right here. Look for Penelope Ford taking on Chris Sandlander. Look for Sheeta versus Nyla Rose. That the rivalry renewed again. Look for Red Velvet versus Jade Cargill. And look for Jamie Hayter to go against Thunder Rosa. So they just making it like that. You already know the feuds and stuff going from there. So like I said, this TBS Women's Title Tournament, to crown the new TBS Women's TV Champion heading forward. So look for I will see Thunder Rosa and probably Jade. Well, they ain't got Jade, but Thunder Rosa versus Chris Nyla Rose. Oh, look for that going forward. Also, too, what a match this was. Dr. Britt Baker, she doesn't have to worry about the TBS championship. No one wanted to compete against. So it's something, but they got to get that women's division stacked up and have people go against Britt Baker. She's women's champion. They trying to neglect the main title for another title that's secondary. But Britt Baker was in action. She went against Anna Jay. You see right here, she put Anna Jay to work with that move, the lockjaw. You see Anna Jay was trying to come out of that, combat it. Anna Jay trying to fight out of it, but it was a little too late. as Dr. Britt Baker won her match with the lockjaw. But Dr. Britt Baker needs some new challenges. I can see Thunder Rosa challenging Britt Baker for the women's title. It's just me. Also, too, Andrade went against Pac. Pac and Andrade got unfinished business, and they bring it to settle it in the ring. Andrade taking on Pac. That you see right here. Andrade and Pac, two former NXT champions, battling in the ring and stuff, as you see right there. Andrade and Pac, some people claimed it was a good match. So I'm saying Andrade can now finally, get free and have a match that he wants to wrestle. He is a good wrestler and stuff. But we saw that and stuff. And we saw that the Aleister Black and Cody got involved, making it look even and stuff. Aleister Black, Cody attacked both Andrade and Aleister Black, Icon Black, and he was helping out Pac. So something's gonna go down for that. And R. Anderson got involved with the Bullet, Glock Anderson. You know how they go. But R. Anderson with that, and two with Andrade's mass team as well. He said that the Lucha Brothers and stuff. They went out there and attacked Alex Abraham, the Lucha Brothers manager, and they made it clear that they want the World Tag Team title, the AEW Tag Team titles, along with them Mexican titles. And someone said, close to said, that the Mexican title look, now looks cheap and look, what. But interesting, good for Andrade having the match that he wanted to have against Pac. So Andrade and Pac stole the show at Rampage 2. They might have another match down the road. But everyone's talking about this. Andrade saying this about WWE. I mean, I get what he's trying to say, but what's going on? Like, is this reference to what he endured when he was in WWE and he didn't like what was going on? Or this is something deeper, like this something dealing with his soon-to-be wife, Charlotte, and the situation that she was presented last night on WWE television, swapping the belts that felt disrespected. A lot going on with this tweet right here. So WrestleVote saying that this is only the beginning of the story that unfolded. So there's a lot going on with that. So only time we'll know is what happened, what went down. So we'll get to that. So like I said, it's a lot going on with that. Also, too, we'll move over to hot topics. So that was a hot topic right there with a dry day going on, but we got even more hot topics. As we know that we can say this, that the Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman, expect him tonight to be at Impact's premiere event, Brown for Glory. He will probably be in that Call Your Shot Battle Royal for Call Your Shot. So look for him to be in that. Also to Xavier Woods, we told you, guys, coronation. Look for Zelina Vega getting her coronation on Raw next week on Monday. So look for that. Also to PW Illustrated revealed that Bianca Bella is the number one ranked women's wrestler this year. Bianca Bella had a phenomenal year this year. She done so by winning the Royal Rumble, and she went on the main event WrestleMania with Sasha Banks. Both women main evented night one of WrestleMania with the SmackDown Women's title, and Bianca Belair won. Bianca Belair had a good start, defeating women like Bayley, Carmella, and Sasha Banks, and Becky Lynch. Well, she didn't defeat Becky Lynch yet, but she's still in that program with Becky Lynch for right now at the moment. So Bianca Belair, bigs up, congratulations in order to Bianca Belair winning the PWI Woman Wrestler of the Year, 150. Also to WWE legend Hacksaw Jim Duggan went treatment for undisclosed surgery We wish Hassel Jim Duggan a speedy recovery and stuff. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, the first winner of the Royal Rumble back in 1988, won the Royal Rumble and have been a staple of legends for WWE for a long time. Also, too, like you said, Kofi Kingston, congratulating right there. That's Black Excellence right there on the New Day. Here's be one of the greatest factions in WWE with Kofi, Big E, and Xavier Woods making achievements and stuff throughout. So big ups to them. Stuff. Also, too, people wondering about did Saudi Arabia hold WWE talent hostage? No, this didn't happen at this time. Everything went smooth, so everything went well. So good for that. And could we be seeing rebranding for Karrion Kross? Hopefully with Scarlett. We'll have to wait and see on that. So anything is possible going down and stuff. So hopefully Karrion Kross get a retool, re-image with Scarlett. I just don't know what to do with him. That's just me. All right. Thank you all once again for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. Presents the SmackDown AEW Rampage, as well as hot topics for the news and the latest. So, thank you all, and we'll see you next week for another edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. See you later.